be able to discuss, but the majority of things we will be able to talk about in front of you guys to make sure that sort of behind the scenes things which affect the clan, um, basically, so you're being made aware at the earliest point rather than waiting for us to eventually release the information. Obviously, feel free to type along in Town Hall if you'd like to. If you've got questions that you want to ask, feel free to do that, and then I'll raise it as if it's an actual point in our meeting agenda. But other than that, feel free just to sit back, listen, and we'll get on with it.
Let's go.
So to begin with, I just want to give a very quick update on 2.0. Obviously, as you guys know, it's now gone to alpha testing, so you're currently checking through that for me, so thanks for that. Basically, we're just looking for very obvious issues with it at the moment, and checking things like points, making sure we're happy with basically the things that we're not accepting feedback for in the beta, mainly being points and hours, but can't imagine the alpha test taking too long. I know you guys have already had a look at it. Princess, I'm not sure, did you get time to look at it before this? Okay. Well, Matto and Basky, I know you two have already had a look at it, and I think you guys are mostly happy with everything, or was there anything that you sort of come up with that you wanted to talk about?
I had a quick little play around. I looked at night mode, some of the filters. They seem to work well.
Good.
Hours went up, points went up. I didn't do too much testing because I think I'll probably be better done in No, I didn't put in everything, but like the points went up when I said yes on task. You know what I mean?
Oh right.
Yeah, I thought probably leave the proper testing for the beta testers.
Yeah, I mean,
so you haven't done too much.
Hopefully, going to get a lot of people into this beta test. Hopefully, going to get quite a lot of people. Obviously, we've got the beta server set up as well. Can they hear us? Okay. So obviously we've got the beta server set up. It's devised into different rooms. So when we get the beta testers in, they'll sort of be divided up into little teams and then sent to each room. And each of those rooms has a specific task I would like them to go through and read and try and see if there's any problems with. Because last time when we did it, obviously the beta was we didn't have an alpha test last time, if I recall. We just had a beta test, and it was one big room on Twitter. Oh my god, that was such a mess. So hopefully this is going to be. Yeah, I mean, the bad thing was, a lot of people wanted to help, but sort of they would just chuck the spreadsheet and said, "There you go." I only sent it to you, Princess, last time. The alpha testing was, let's have a quick look. But yeah, I think this time around it's definitely been a lot more structured, and every time we do a spreadsheet update, we do learn something new. So I think in that regard, it has gotten better. Beta test invites obviously will go out after we're finished with alpha testing, so that's down to you guys, Basky, Matto, Princess. As soon as you guys are, happy with it, you've given it a look over, and you're happy with all the point values, you're happy that there's no major issues, then we'll start sending those invites out. I can probably imagine we'll start distributing the spreadsheets. I want to say probably the very earliest is probably going to be Wednesday now, because if there were absolutely no issues with it whatsoever and it all went through really quickly, I imagine we probably could have done it tomorrow. But we've already identified one issue. Matto's already found a bug, and I imagine probably more will be found during that beta test if we're being realistic. So yeah, Wednesday at the earliest I think is going to be when we actually get those sent out.
It's a big old spreadsheet. There's like so much that could go wrong with it.
Yeah, there's been a lot of stuff added. Hopefully, they think it's worthy of the 2.0 title.
In
Going up
6
How much?
months.
How much longer is it actually?
What, physically longer?
As in rows, yeah.
Let's see. So the
'Cause
new
it
one
felt
is
much longer.
459. The old one is 383. So 76 more rows.
Well, there's 23 with the 200 mils, so
Yeah, it gained about 20% in size. Big girthy
Thick.
spreadsheet. Also, the extra tasks tab has had a bit more love to it last time than last time, because I think there were some things broken last time, like the highlighting didn't work entirely correctly in the version we're actually using now, among some other things. So I've given that a bit of love now. Hopefully that is looking a bit better. But if there are any issues, I'm sure our beta testers will get that.
Do you want to go through some of the areas of the beta test server, like some of the roles that people might be expected to do?
Yeah, okay, so I've actually divided it up into 10 different teams, as it were. So I'm going to be looking to, based on what that team is being assigned, I'll probably look to get at least 2 people per team. So we're looking at a minimum of 20 beta testers. So some of the things that they'll be split up into and asked to check are: one of the team is assigned spelling and grammar errors in the task names and on the little tooltips when you roll over them. Another one is to ensure that the points add up correctly. So that would be going through setting each task yes, no, and making sure it adds up correctly in its own little mini task and in the points counter at the top. Same thing for hours. Same things for number of tasks. Checking all the results screenshots, the ones that Smithy kindly did for us, making sure that I've put those all in the right place and they're still current and things like that. So a lot of little things like that. I think it's better than just saying, here's the spreadsheet, off you go, because now hopefully the testers will know exactly what they're looking for when they go in.
I didn't have a clue last time, and we're all looking for the same stuff, so it's like,
yeah,
you had like 15 people just all repeating the same things. It was,
yeah, because there were quite a few issues identified in beta testing last time, and like you say, a lot of people identified the same ones, which obviously is not their fault. It's just the fact that they weren't really given a directive. So, right, before we move on, do you guys have any questions about 2.0 in general before we move on? Basking at a princess?
no.
not really.
Okay.
Oh, actually,
So,
one thing.
What the hell is that?
my friend.
Did he just win in
Okay.
Fortnite or something?
No, he just died in Fortnite. Right,
One
okay,
thing
what was that? Sorry,
wait.
did someone have a question?
Yeah, I did. One thing. Let me just find
Go on
the
then.
picture. Well, one thing I found earlier was
Hurry
that
up.
I turned on pets and I turned on 200 mil all, and it was something like 25,000 hours and then 30,000 points. So I don't want to see any more comments of people talking about points being based on time. Not true. 25,000 hours, 30,000 points.
Hot damn. Those two end game tasks pulling their weight. Yeah, so for anyone who doesn't know already as well, there's 2 end game tasks, the pets and 200 mil all. They've actually been separated from the rest of the sheet and they're in their own category at the bottom now. Right, so let's move on. So after 2.0, obviously, as we know, Basky has very kindly been doing a lot of work for us, setting up what the new subreddit will be looking like. Did you want to? I don't know how many people actually know explicitly about this. So did you want to give just a very brief overview of what we're planning to do, Basky? Is that right?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, go Basky.
Yeah, I mean, it probably won't be brief, but essentially, a couple months ago now, we decided that the subreddit was a bit bad. It wasn't very good. No one was really using it. It didn't have much traffic other than going to the high scores. So you may be thinking, well, why did we have one in the first place? Well, we were thinking about what we could use it for, and I thought it would be great as a kind of completionist hub of sorts. So basically a place where we put all our guides and information and strategies and gear setups, and so it's all in one place, so that anyone that goes to help, well, anyone that would usually go to help and ask for a question, they know that they can just go to the subreddit and check there and see if it's there. There's a number of benefits. I mean, I'm sure a lot of you are thinking now that this is quite similar to what Oblivion have done with their Gear Discord, and it kind of came out when we were thinking about doing this. And yeah, I mean, at first we were like, oh god, okay, well that blows our plans, but actually they've done such a great job with it that it reduces the amount of work we need to do, and there's still like a load of non-boss related tasks which people need help with.
Definitely.
So we're going to go ahead with it. It's essentially going to look like, so each task or each kind of major thing will have its own main post, and in that main post it will be a text post with links to guides, links to images, links to any sort of resources that could be used when you're doing it. And then in the comments people can talk about the meta, they can discuss it, they can propose new ideas or new metas. And we thought the subreddit was just like a great place to do that because it has the inline comments. It's very obvious who's talking to who and talking about what. So we think it's great for kind of discussions and longer form things like that. Whereas in a Discord, things kind of get lost, you know.
Yeah.
We'd have to make a channel for every new thing and then let people be able to talk into it. So we thought, we have the subreddit, we've got kind of that infrastructure there, so we might as well use it. So that's essentially
Discord is great.
Oh no, yeah,
like,
Discord's amazing.
But it's just like you say, it's the discussion part that falls down a bit. I know with the gear subreddit they've got it set up so there's one specific channel, people can suggest changes and things like that. But it feels like we've got the subreddit, so we may as well use it almost like it's intended.
Morsky, just quickly, you can turn up Arptastic's individual volume by right-clicking his name. But yeah, I've spent the last couple months kind of collecting guides. I guess I am kind of the guide person. So that's why I've kind of been making them too. I've got a couple of ideas. But also, just put this out there, if you guys have any guides for stuff, I may put out a list of what I'm still looking for. But I am still looking for guides. I don't know which ones are the best for everything. Like, for example, Nightmare Zone points. I don't really do that, so I don't know what's best for it. I know Moonbuell came out with a great sort of like few tips, but yeah, full guides are probably best. So yeah, we'll probably be roping you guys in to try and help me with that, just by kind of collating what's already there. Or if you guys want to make stuff, then that's cool too.
Yeah, I mean, we've got a lot of members who are very knowledgeable about certain tasks and things like that. So it almost feels like a waste not to outsource it to you guys. And I mean, once it's opened, if you look at something and you think, hang on, that's not the best way to do it, it'll be very easy for you to just go, hey, actually, there is a better way to do this, and you can post that, and we will obviously update our post so it's the most current. And obviously, metas change over time as well. So it's something that we're going to have to constantly maintain, but I think it's definitely going to be worth the effort that we put into it.
Yeah, when you think about it, like, I don't think the maintenance will be that much, because I'll get a notification, because I'll make each one of the main posts, so yeah. I'll get a notification every time someone comments.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Which I'm thinking won't be too much, but basically I can just kind of check up throughout the day on what people are saying, and if there's any kind of concrete evidence, then I can change the main post, just edit it. So yeah.
Yeah, that can be like one of your daily tasks. So that'll be a nice thing for you to have.
Because I don't really do much now.
As we know, that is because of the spreadsheet conditions. Once 2.0 comes out, that will change.
Aye.
So anyway, the reason I brought up the subreddit was because I don't think we really talk too much about what we're going to do with the high scores and like the Valor high scores and quiz high scores. So I think the best thing to do with that would probably be to move those over to the Discord if you guys are happy with that, because I think at the moment we've got the high scores and stuff on the subreddit. I'm not going to lie, it's almost like an incentive for someone to go onto the subreddit. Other than that, I don't think there's really that much point. But I think if we're now going to be using the subreddit in a way that's a lot better for the way that it's designed, moving those things over to the Discord might potentially be better.
How would you go about laying out something like a high scores on the Discord, like in a pinned post, or?
I mean, I suppose they could get their own. No, yeah, it's way too long. I actually, come to think of that, I don't even know if that would fit in one post.
Yeah, no, I don't think it would. Like, when I was collecting all the stuff for 2.0, like, just me listing those extra tasks, I had to do it in 2 posts. So, like, when we've got 272 lines of people, each with their name, task, points, hours, rank, like, I think, I don't know, I just like how it is on the subreddit personally, because it all fits in one. It's nicely formatted.
That's a good idea what Princess just said though. We could post it as an image. Like if we were to, for example, say we've got the subreddit, obviously we've got the subreddit high scores post now. If we delete that post, it stops it being on our subreddit. However, it does not stop your access from going into it. You could still go into it, update it, then take a screenshot or something.
Mm-hmm.
But how would you take a screenshot of 275 members? Like, you can't take a picture of that long.
I have a vertical monitor.
Dusty, you have Excel, don't you?
Yeah.
What version is it?
2010, I think.
Right, because what you can do in the newer versions of Excel is if you kept your own personal copy of the high scores and you were to copy the table, you can literally paste that into Paint and you don't even have to like do a print screen. It pastes it exactly how it looks.
Oh, and then I can just save that image.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I can do that. If not, you can buy me a new version of Excel.
Yeah, but what Dutchy said, like, you can't control F yourself. Like, you'd have to look down the list where someone is.
That's true. I mean, I like the subreddit for it. Like, what can I say? Like,
why make it harder on ourselves than it's already easy right now? Like,
the thing is though, because it doesn't feel like it's going to fit in. Because if we've got all these things about what's best for a certain task, and then randomly we've got the high scores there, it just seems odd.
But do you think Discord is the best way to view high scores?
Probably not the best, to be honest.
I
mean, the other thing to consider is that we have way more people on the subreddit than we do on Discord, like a significantly bigger amount. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll have to have a think about it because we link to the page directly from the Discord anyway.
Yeah.
So if people want to view it, it's like, and they're on the Discord, it's one click and then they're there.
What if someone's on the subreddit but not the Discord though? Like, I'm sure there are probably not many people, but I'm sure there are some who have the subreddit but not Discord who go.
Wait. No. We can just pin a post as an admin.
To where?
To the top of the subreddit. So whenever they're on the subreddit, it will be like the first post on there.
But that's what it is now, though.
Yeah, no, that's what I mean. So it won't be any less convenient after the subreddit change.
I mean, we are going to have a pinned post explaining like what the subreddit is, though. Otherwise, you're just pretty much chucking people in there, and they won't know what's going on. So we're going to
you can do multiple. I think you can do
two.
Yeah. So
you can do two.
Yeah.
What else would you use it for?
But like, I'm thinking for things like Valor high scores.
We
Valor
just
high
make a high
scores
scores
in-
post and then you link them.
Yeah, but we're already talking about how long high scores is, and now we're talking about adding a second one underneath with duplicate names as well, because there'll obviously just be people in the clan.
I wasn't talking about underneath. I was talking about making like a main post for high scores and then linking the high scores from there. But then I know that's another step.
Mm.
Let's
Maybe
think
we should
about
just
it.
put a pin in this for now.
Yeah.
Yeah. We put a pin in it. We'll have a think about what we could do. A Google Doc for high scores, that does sound nice. It could be then that we just have one link that people, because at the moment, I mean, we've got the one link which goes to the subreddit, like you say, that we link every time anyway. We could quite easily put a Google Docs link on, like, posting 2 announcements every time, and maybe pin a link.
Yeah, and then people
But-
can people can bookmark it. Like,
Sorry, Matto, what was that?
Why not making it a real-time high score?
The only issue with that is that it would give away the link to our tracker,
Okay, yeah.
so we probably wouldn't be able to do that.
That's true.
God, real time. Well, yeah, let's think about this some more, because I think there's definitely like solutions. I think we're like almost there.
Yeah, a Google Doc is probably the best suggestion we've had so far.
It would save me
Yeah.
a step, because like, for you guys that don't know, when I do the high scores, I kind of put all the information in an Excel, and then I put that in a notepad. From there, I then put it onto the subreddit. So
There's a lot of steps.
So if I could just do it all on a Google Docs, that'd be brilliant.
Well, we'll think about it. We'll think about it. Let's move on from that one, or else we'll be talking about methods all day. But like I said, I think a Google Doc sounds like one of the best ideas at the moment.
For sure.
And probably we should think about doing that before we actually start redoing the subreddit. So sometime after 2.0 is released.
Soon.
Yeah, I mean that I can still work on my plan, but like as long as we do it before we like put that into action.
You can always edit the subreddit post anyway, so
Yeah.
it's not that big a deal.
Okay. Does anyone
Moving
have any
on.
questions about that? No, not moving on just yet. Does anyone have any final questions about that before we moving on?
Shut up.
Several people are typing. Okay, let's move it along, shall we?
But 3 people are still typing up. Give them some time.
No, they're just saying hello and stuff. Right, okay, let's move on. Right, okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is quizzes. So
Marnix
quizzes,
just came.
quizzes have died down a little bit recently, as we know. We do need more quizzes. Yes, you're right. Our monthly quiz has sort of turned into more of a half-yearly quiz. So what I want to do is bring them back. But I want to bring them back in a new way, because at the moment I'm not that happy with the format. I don't want to do it in a... I mean, I'm not saying that the current format we use is bad, but it's a bit stale. And I think after a few times of people playing the same format, what we see is the amount of people actually joining drop off quite a bit. I mean, the first sort of few times we do a quiz, or when we haven't done a quiz for a while and then suddenly we start doing them again, we get loads of people coming in, like a good 20-30 people joining in, which is amazing, but we don't get that every single time. And obviously I know this isn't really something we can change because some people are naturally better at quizzes than others, but we do tend to see some of the same winners pop up quite a lot of times. So I don't know if something that I was really quite interested in. Yeah, well, I know you do win a lot though. I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing. You're obviously very good at quizzes, but I'm just thinking there are ways we can sort of not combat that, but use it to our advantage. For example, group quizzes. You know, where people are in teams and they work together to answer questions, and then at the end of it, it's not this just one person has won. You've won for your team, and it could even be sort of like some questions. When you have a team, only one person can answer it or something. So you may have the person who is particularly good at quizzes say, hey, this is what the answer is, but then that person has to be the one to type it out. So, you know, there's never going to be like a perfect way of us to do it, especially where, you know, people can look up answers online. So a lot of the time it does come down to that. But I think there are definitely things we can do to spice it up a little bit and keep things interesting. While I'm on that subject, are there any sort of, I know obviously it's been a while since we've done quizzes anyway, but are there anything you guys in particular like the sound of in terms of changing quizzes, or is there any sort of things you would want to suggest, Vasky, Mighty Princess?
Yeah, I like what Mate said about doing it in Discord. Because that way, it'll be easier for you as well, because you can just copy paste questions. You don't have to actually type it out every time. And well, someone said that some messages are delayed by others, but that's the same with RuneScape as well in the client chat. It's not the same for everyone, but people could just look up on the Wikipedia, like, if you're gonna have to wait, someone will get, if the first one doesn't have the correct answer, the second one will always have the good answer because of Wikipedia.
I mean, I don't really, what Princess was saying, I should like the current format. Like I say, I'm not really against our current format. I think it's okay, but like I say, I think we do need to change it up every now and then. Who said, someone said just now about like rotating through formats and maybe changing it every now and then. Lazark, having like 4 different quiz formats and rotate them each time. I think that would be nice. But then again, it could sort of alienate people who've maybe not played the quiz before. I don't know, maybe that's just something they could get used to when they become more regular.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do like the sound of a Discord one, but then there's sort of the only disadvantage to that is we've got 270 members, but we've got how many? Like 180 in the Discord.
That's their own fault. They have to join the Discord.
That? I mean, if they've got a Discord account, I can see, like, you know, join the Discord if you've got Discord. Like, why not? But some people might not want to get Discord, and who did play it in the CC.
You also get Valor for it.
I suppose.
Don't you?
For joining the subreddit. So for joining the Discord. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. And then you will have a bigger chance of winning the quiz as well. So.
Yeah, I mean, I suppose Dutchy's got a point there, because it's sort of like the main people who really frequent Totus a lot, pretty much already have the Discord. But then depends how you look at it, really, because you do get some people who want to just who just join for the quiz or something like that, you know, which I don't really care if people want to do that. Anyway, so yeah, we'll think up some new formats. I think what I'll do is think of some new things that we can possibly do, and then maybe just propose them to you guys in Lounge and see what you like. And then the ones that we think are good, maybe just present them to the rest of the clan and see if those are ones they think would be nice to have when we're doing quizzes. And then, like I say, maybe rotate through those just to keep things fresh.
Yeah, sure. I don't have much of an opinion on quizzes personally, but I'm sure it would be good.
There are a lot of effort. Like getting all the questions is a lot of effort, but it does sort of pay off because it gets all the clan involved. So I think it probably is worth the effort. Not having Discord in the current year. I mean, I'm surprised honestly that more people are on our subreddit than on the Discord, but it is a significant number more on the subreddit. Anyway, in addition to sort of changing the format and things like that, I would like to offer some new rewards for it too, because at the moment you get the Valor rewards. But I think it would be nice if we gave a few more things for that, not like big things, but just nice little incentives. For example, like a temporary role in the Discord, like quiz winner or something like that, which would bring you to the top, or possibly you get your own Discord emote for however long it is until the next quiz, or being able to change the clan chat name for a week or something like that. What do you guys think?
Ooh. I think a Discord role of like quiz, maybe not quiz master because they're the ones that do the quiz, but like
Grandmaster.
Yeah, if you have to, yeah. But yeah, like a Discord role so everyone knows. But then, but then
Like the Discord role and emote.
But I like the emote. But think about the Discord role; it's usually the same people that win it every week. So are we just gonna kind of have them be at the top of the Discord for like, or the same two people?
Don't know.
And also, Princess already has a role as general. Like, I'm not sure how that would work.
Move her just below us to quiz winner.
Finally.
So she actually goes down. Although actually she always appears offline anyway, so we don't. It would just look like we don't have a new role.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, that's all I really wanted to say. I just want to give it a fresh new format. Oh wait, actually no, there is one more thing. What I want to do as well is, I know there's the sort of meme is that our monthly quizzes aren't monthly at the moment, but when we've sort of got everything settled down with 2.0, I would like to get a regular interval, but not just say, oh yeah, we'll have it once a month. If we say it, so we can sort of have it on a specific date each month, like we've got our podiums happening, our town halls happening every first Sunday of the month. I feel like we could almost do the same thing for quizzes. Like just an example, not saying this is what it would be, but we could say, the first Saturday of every single month we will have a quiz, and then people know exactly when it is. They won't have to worry about the 24-hour warning, or in some cases 1 hour warning for the quiz, and be like, oh crap, I need to try and join that in time. But what do you think, having it regular like these?
Yeah, let's get regular with it.
Consistency, it's always good.
Let's do it, baby.
I'm always down for that.
If I actually stick to it, well, I will get to that. I will get to that in a minute. Yes, it did used to be regular, but also we used to have less jobs to do. If you think about it, we've got a lot more jobs to do now, and we're a big boy clan now. Got a lot of members than we used to have.
200.
Our little 150 clan members.
By my count, because I did the high scores earlier, and the fact that we had one person join since, I personally count it as 273 full members as of now.
Thanks, Basky, for that lovely bit of information.
Lol, joy.
Take from that what you will.
So
I'm dying.
Again, with that, I think I'll propose a few rewards, but I think most of them have already been said anyway that I'm interested in. And maybe just put them into effect as well, so we can see what they would actually look like.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, the next thing I would like to talk about is minigame weekends.
Marnix just came again.
Minigame weekends when they were first introduced, they were introduced as a way of making it so that quizzes weren't basically the only thing we did. It was supposed to be, quiz, minigame weekend event, quiz, minigame, and blah blah blah, so on, alternating like that. But the thing that sort of happened with them is they would get a significantly lower turnout than our quizzes, and despite the, we would put a poll out on our Twitter every time we've had a quiz and say, hey guys, what do you want to do for our minigame weekend? And those would always get so many votes, but then we didn't really see that much of a turnout. Now, I think that is partially down to the fact that they weren't advertised amazingly. There are definitely things that we could have done to make it more obvious to people. And I think naturally, when people see that a lot of other people are doing something, that makes them want to do it too. So, if like you see a minigame weekend's going on, but they've only got 5 people, you might think, oh, well, I don't really want to join in on that. But then if you see one's got 15 people, you might think, oh yeah, I'll get in on that. So I think it is partially down to just making sure people are aware of it. And again, it's sort of like the consistency thing. So again, it would be nice to have those on a regular basis, like we do with like I would like to do with the quizzes. Yeah, just seeing what Ali Genius has said there, Valor for attendance. Valor for attendance is definitely something that I would like to do. It's something that I'd like to do for a while, but haven't really put that into place. I'm talking about our main events, because we've sort of said we'd like to give out Valor for main events, but we haven't. So that's definitely something that I want to change. So sort of the end goal of this would be to say you can get Valor for participating in quizzes, in minigame weekends, and our seasonal big boy events. And then if they're a regular thing, people know when to expect them, and they don't have to rely on a post telling them something's happening next week. They can just almost like know exactly when they have to join it, and if it's something they want to do, they can join in.
Oh, is Valor coming up later on in the meeting?
Let me see. Yes, it is.
Okay, we'll cover that then. We'll probably give you a better explanation of what it is later, Jumala.
Yeah, sorry for those of you who don't actually know what Valor is. Yeah, it's basically our reward system. You get Valor for doing certain things. At the moment, there's not many ways to earn Valor, but like I said, we'll go into that a bit more detail a bit later.
Well, we talked about like definitely keeping the seasonal big events.
Oh yeah, those definitely have to stay for a year for the huge ones.
Yeah, definitely. But we could do like smaller ones every month.
Our big boy events, they're always so good. I always, even if it's something that I don't particularly enjoy, like raids, for example, I had so much fun playing that raids event. Playing with the other clans when we do like clan collaborations and things like that. We need to definitely keep those going. So something I wanted to suggest to you guys, or rather see what you think about it. I believe we did actually talk about this very briefly before in a previous general meeting. But our members, are very capable of organizing and setting up events for themselves. I was thinking we could possibly assign certain people to be event organizers, so it almost doesn't rely on us having to be the ones to set up an event every time. If there's a group of people inside Totus who are, particularly wanting to do a raid or something like that, and they say, hey, we would like to do a raid event, and then we say that's fine, and we'll let them set that up, and we would obviously advertise it and things like that, and that could be that month's minigame weekend. What do you think?
Yeah, we need to promote the drafting Discord channel more.
Drafting gets some love.
A little bit of love.
At least it suited its purpose because people are no longer in the Totus channel saying like, hey, who wants to do BA? But because it really was a containment channel for stuff like that. But yeah, no,
like official backing behind it saying not just letting them post to a channel, but saying, guys, there is an event going on that's being organised by our members. Join in if you want to.
Yeah, absolutely. I think I brought this up before because I had a quick discussion in the Discord, and I may be wrong, but CVBGN was talking about doing Castle Wars. Maybe I'm sure Ali Genius would love to do a raids thing, seeing as he's asked 3 times a day. If people want to do like a volcanic mine thing, that could be really cool because I think people still need to do that. Trouble brewing too, that's another thing we can offer. So basically a lot of the stuff that we can't do basically comes down to us not having the manpower, or and then when we're kind of stretched thin, it means that it doesn't happen as regularly as we'd like. So passing that onto you guys as kind of more community driven events with things that you guys are into, things that you guys want to do particularly. So if you're thinking, oh, I really want to do some trouble brewing, then we can put a bit of like officialness behind that and really push
if
it.
there's like someone who wants to do like you say, for example, trouble brewing, and they're quite happy to be the one who says, I'll help organize the teams, I'll help people know exactly where to go and things like that, then I mean, I'm quite happy to put that out as a Twitter post and things like that, put it in announcements, things like that, and then for that specific time they can be assigned as an event captain or event organizer, whatever you want to call it, and then people would know to go to them to get the information on that particular event. And then if we don't get anything for that month, we can set up our own one.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. Whether we need like official events people or not is something I might question, because that kind of might discourage people who aren't events people coming forward with ideas. Like personally, I prefer someone to just like DM one of ours or DM Twitter and say, hey, I really want to do this, I have a few people that are interested, can I manage it? And then we kind of give it on a 1-by-1 basis.
Yeah, I mean, it could just essentially be, it doesn't mean like we have to have permanent event organizers or things like that, because that's like essentially assigning them a staff role. But we can sort of see who is interested in that particular month, and if they want to do it, then just let them go with it and give them that role for that particular event, and then take it away once it's done.
Or even for the whole month as kind of like a reward for putting something together, like we could give them, like we were talking about before with the quiz thing, like we could give, if someone's doing an event for that month, we give them a role on the Discord, everyone knows to go to them to talk about it, and yeah, it's a bit of a reward, a bit of recognition for kind of doing something for the community.
Yeah. And then it's another thing we can give Valor for as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Cool.
Awesome.
Fine by me.
Right. The next thing I would like to talk about is Totus scientists. Now, I know we sort of joke around, we get people to check things out and then we call them a Totus scientist. But there are some genuine times when we, especially with quest related tasks, because obviously all of us have done all the quests, sometimes it even takes someone making a new account just to check something out, and there's no sort of official way for us to pool our efforts together and say, it relies on one person going out on their own and having a look for it. So I thought we could have possibly one account that we know that is being used for, or several accounts, whatever, being used specifically to double check tasks, and maybe we can pull together for bonds for that particular account if someone doesn't have an alt account that already that doesn't have the quest done or something.
I think we're already doing a pretty good job. Like Princess does a lot of that. already.
Princess
I mean, I know
finds
we.
90% of them.
I mean, I know we do have a lot of us do have, or some of us do have alts that we can use for those specific scenarios. But I don't know if it, yeah, eventually Princess is going to run out of quests, and if we need to double check something on one that we've all done on all our alts and we just can't find someone, are we going to be expecting someone to make a new account, or are we expecting us to make a new account just to double check things like that?
We
That's
could
the
just
sort of
ask a
scenario.
member. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's
we can
someone gonna
ask
go by.
around. I'm not sure.
It's that sort of thing where I think like it wouldn't matter too much if we were to almost pull together and say, hey, we need someone to check this. If we get 10 people to pull together for a bond or something,
So,
because that's like 200k a person or something.
so are you trying to turn my Totus scientists into your money supply?
Money supply? I would be giving money, not taking it.
I see what you mean. I do get it, but
I know
like,
that.
but
Maybe
my
it's
thinking
not-
is that these quest related tasks are going to get rarer and rarer and rarer as time goes on,
Yeah.
because, and I mean, I know we're still finding them, but they're few and far between now.
Yeah.
Like I
I don't
know
think
we
it's
have
really-
the,
huge issue.
I know we
It's not
had
really
the spirit
necessary.
of, no, not spirit of, Enraka's layman. We had that one recently, and I didn't have the quest done, so I could go check it. But I don't remember the one before that.
Yeah, I suppose they are quite rare, and most of the time it does seem like someone's got an ult. Like Princess has an ult, Aussies has an ult, Frank has an ult, and someone seems to not have done the quest so far. But I don't know if that's just the fact that we've been quite lucky. I don't know. Maybe we'll see when it starts becoming a problem. Then we can start talking about it again. Yeah, we've not had that issue yet. I was just thinking, at some point we probably are. I wouldn't be surprised if we did anyway.
But now you guys know about it, and if we come to you asking to check out this quest thing, then you get honorary membership to the Totus Scientists, which is a very exclusive club. We even
Okay.
have our own emote emoji on the Discord.
Emoji. Okay, moving on. Just a very brief point I would like to raise is sort of tied in with a lot of the stuff we've already been talking about, but potentially, I would almost like to see a Totus calendar. So if we're having a lot of things that are regular, we can sort of post ahead for the year or maybe for the quarter of a year, just to say these are the things that are going to happen on these dates, like the quiz calendar, but for the future, to show what we are going to do. And maybe just update that one, like have one calendar per quarter, showing what we're going to be doing on specific dates, so then people can save that one image and refer to that. What do you think?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, makes sense. Would you be comfortable putting spreadsheet release dates on there?
No.
No, I kind of had that idea like 10 minutes ago, so I think we should do something with that. The calendar would be great.
What would be on there? So it'd be quizzes, minigame weekends. Yeah, big.
And we
big
could
boy
add on
events.
to that.
Town
It could just be a
halls.
Discord post.
Townhalls, yeah.
Yeah, it'll feature one of your favorite gens in a central position for every month.
I'm not doing anything.
You have a choice.
Fine.
Okay, next point. Finally answering what's his name, Slax's question, and sort of again tying in with the fact that we'll be sort of introducing a lot more for work for ourselves. We'll start looking for a 5th gen, and we'll talk about that more in private. But just so you know, that is something that I would like us to start thinking about, please.
I mean, it's fair to say that we've been thinking about it since Hess left. Maybe not officially, but
yeah, I think it's been in the back of our minds at least for since that. But if we could start thinking about that quite seriously, and then obviously I know that at the moment it's sort of I'm doing some of the member side stuff as our Matu and Princess. In an ideal world, at the very end, I would like to have the 4 generals working on member-specific things, and I would be working on making sure that our Totus calendar, if it becomes a thing, is accurate, and the things that we put on there actually happen, and just making sure that we're increasing the clan-related activities, basically, because we are lacking in that at the moment, but it's something we can work on. Moving on.
hell yeah.
Spring event. So obviously we've had our winter event already, which was
Sorry to interrupt you, but there was a question which asked what are the requirements to be a gen or anything like that. I just wanted to say pictures of you in a suit and 1,500 words basically explaining why you're best for the role, and if you could attach a 2-minute video as well, so we can kind of get a good view of how you speak and talk and how you are, basically. If you are too nervous in that video, then you won't be considered for the role, because obviously for things like this we can't be having people, you know, voice cracking and stuff. So
I voice crack all the time.
Yeah, but we're kind of stuck with you. So yeah, and all of those to be sent to me, please.
Yeah, Princess never voice cracks. Okay, but to be serious, there are the requirement to be a gen is to be in Totus. Right. Okay, moving on. So our winter event was being really good at raids. So now we're going to start looking towards our spring event, as we are in spring, obviously, and we don't want to miss spring and do a spring event in summer or anything like that. So we need to start thinking about what we want to do. Now, Basker, you mentioned earlier about Castle Wars. Castle Wars sounds amazing. I think it is something that has very closely missed every single poll that we've put out, it seems. Every single minigame weekend event poll we used to put out, every single big event poll that we used to put out, Castle Wars always seemed to be the one that came up second but never quite won. So I think it would be nice to have a Castle Wars event. And yeah, I mean, if CVBGN is willing to lend his Castle Wars powers, then that is definitely something that would help. But I mean, regardless of that, Castle Wars is something, you know, that a lot of our clan members know about, obviously, but it's not something that we ever really play. So it would be nice for the Completionist clan to play what is probably widely acknowledged as being the most iconic minigame. Of course, if you guys have any other ideas for things that you would like to do for the spring event, obviously just let me know, and we can discuss that. It doesn't have to be Castle Wars; it can be something else. You know, as long as there's something that's, you know, significant enough, not like not trouble bring. I mean, fishing trawler or something like that.
Hell yeah. Did you know, sorry, butting in again, but we had some ideas either last meeting or the meeting before about Castle Wars. I won't go too much into detail, but basically there's a lot we can do with it. So we can either go for a traditional kind of like, I don't know how many people turn up, but just a few games of like 15v15 or something like that. Or we could even go and like break it down and do 5v5s and have a sort of like tournament type deal. That would probably take more setting up. That may be kind of a bit ambitious for spring, but
I'd like to see how it was done with Barbarian Assault, have several teams and well, not with times obviously, but with wins. I would like to see a small bracket. Maybe like
The only issue with that is the fact that we would have to use multiple worlds.
yeah, we did that with raids.
That's a good point, but we only had to use 2. We had to use 1 per game. Whereas, you know, when we did Barbarian Assault, we had like 5 games running at once.
Yeah.
But a tournament is a really good idea. I would like to have a Castle Wars tournament.
Well, at the very most it would be like 4 worlds, maybe 8 teams of 5 or something, or 4.
Depends how many people want to turn up.
Yeah.
We also suggested kind of, well, as you may have noticed with our main events, we tend to open them up to other clans and do collaborations.
Love a good collaboration.
Love a good collaboration, we do. So we're thinking maybe even if we're doing a tournament, opening it up to whoever's interested, whether that's kind of actual Castle Wars guys that do this and want to join in and have like a fun event, or maybe another clan, you know. We very much haven't got anything set in stone at the minute, so
I think that this would be like a really nice opportunity for us to collab with a clan that normally we wouldn't, because Castle Wars, other than actual competitive Castle Wars clans, it's not really, you know, you can really be from anywhere and play Castle Wars, because I mean we could team up with a clan, like even a skilling clan or something like that, you know, just one that we might think we're probably not going to have the opportunity to team up with them at any other point. As long as we know a lot of them are going to be interested in joining, that could be where we get the other half of the members from.
personally feel like playing with pro Castle Wars players will ruin it for bad/normal players. Potentially in a 5v5 if we don't.
You could have them as leaders.
Yeah, we could always have them as team captains.
Yeah.
Rather than having one team of competitive Castle Wars people.
Yeah.
So more like we did with the BA event.
Yeah, because like in the BA event, we made sure that there was some BA services members in each team rather than a team of BA services members or something like that. So having them as leaders, that's a nice idea.
Yeah,
if
definitely.
there are, I mean, how many like really seriously competitive Castle Wars members are there in Totus though?
I know about CV, but I don't know about anyone else.
Yeah, probably 1. So unless we were to outsource those, then I don't think that would be like a huge issue anyway.
Yeah.
Well, it seems like everyone's happy with doing something to do with Castle Wars.
AFK Castle Wars event.
8 people just splashing. Yeah, I'd be down with that as well. Just Castle War boozing event.
Oh yeah, rest in peace, Jane. Even though I won't go into it now.
Okay, so moving on again. So revisiting what we were talking about earlier, Valor, for more things. So yeah, just to give it a bit more of an in-depth explanation. So Valor has been around for quite a while, but Valor was initially introduced as a way to make it so that there wasn't just one winner of the quiz. It didn't really matter what place you. Well, obviously, the further you went through a quiz, the more value you got. You didn't have to win the quiz in order to get Valor. And then this Valor builds up over time, and then the idea was supposed to be that on the 1st of every month, that we do a prize draw, and obviously the more value you have, the better your chances are of winning that particular prize draw. Now, where it sort of fell down is that quizzes are literally the only thing we used to do Valor for, and then quizzes eventually stopped, as you know. So what we've been trying to do is introducing new ways to earn Valor. And for those of you who've seen the Twitter post that we did a little while ago, you already know that we've introduced some new ways already. Those being joining Discord, joining the subreddit, and referring people to Totus. So joining the Discord and subreddit is 15 points per, 15 Valor per join, and referring a member to Totus, that will get you 25 points, and obviously that's repeatable, 25 valor. I need to stop calling it points. So you can refer as many people as you want. You know, you refer 3 people, you get 75 valor, and so on. So that's sort of a nice way of introducing valor to other things, but it's not enough. We need to introduce more things, and I think we did talk about this a long time ago. But one of the things I would like to do is to sort of bring all these ideas together and have it listed as, now the name can change, but something like Totus Achievements. Now this would be a collection of things that you can do. For example, joining the subreddit, and then you would tick off that particular achievement and you would get the valor for it. This would give us sort of an opportunity to really put all the ideas together in one place. So I don't know where it would be, but you would just be able to go into this and see what achievements you have, what achievements are outstanding, and like what things you can do to earn some more valor, basically. What do you guys think about that?
This was something that I worked on with you before I became a general. This was right. Do you remember? Like in like December.
This was ages ago.
Yeah. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
But what do you guys think then, Basquimato Princess?
Well, yeah.
We need more ways to gain valor, because it's kind of between quotations dead content right now.
Yeah, man. Like I always hated. Well, I didn't hate doing quizzes, but I was never really that interested in them, so I never got valor, and then I didn't get the picture drawn or the bond or.
Oh wow.
Yeah, but
sucking up a tube.
But I'd love
to. It just seems
do other stuff.
It seems weird that our clan reward system is based around quizzes. You know, and obviously not everyone wants to participate in quizzes, but they still do get involved with Totus. So there are definitely some other things. I can't remember the sort of things that we were discussing, Basky, but because it's such a long time ago. But like, there could be a Totus achievement for posting one of your achievements to the achievements channel or something like that, something small like that, which would give 5 valor. You know, little things like that.
Yeah,
and then
absolutely.
You could just have them all in one place.
Yeah, no, we came up with loads of ideas.
You have to fish that out somewhere.
Everything from kind of, so obviously when I've been working on the subreddit, I'd like that if someone suggested a new method which did turn out to be the best one, you could get valor for that, or any sort of meaningful contribution to a method, a strat, a guide, because it seems like I'm one of the only people in the clan that makes kind of completionist guides.
Yeah, if there's
maybe
an incentive
doing people a
behind
disservice. But yeah, like kind of incentivizing that, I'd love to give valor for things like that.
Oh yeah, finding new tasks as well.
Yeah.
And one of the other things was
Kicking slacks.
Spotting mistakes on the spreadsheet. Because there was, do you remember in 1.4 or was it 1.3? I can't remember now. But it said something like mamga mutagen instead of magma mutagen for ages, and no one noticed until it was like right before it went on to the next revision, and someone said, "Hey, why does this say mamga mutagen?" And they're like, "Oh, so it got changed." That things like that would be nice to give a little bit of valor towards. Just be like,
let me check the 2.0 right now.
No, you don't get it. But yeah, be like, hey, you get you found a mistake in our spreadsheet. Here's some valor. And people will be like, oh, so if I find a mistake, I get valor, and that'll make other people look for mistakes. And obviously, finding mistakes is good because then we can fix them. So
yeah,
we could give valor for like anything that we'd like you guys to do. I mean, it sounds kind of manipulative when I put it that way, but kind of anything that's like good for Totus, we'd love to give valor for. Like if somebody wins the quiz and gets a drawing, like, wait, is that what the drawings are for? No, that's for the valor.
That's
things,
for winning
right?
the valor, yeah.
Winning the valor, yeah. If you win valor and you want to draw someone a picture for it, we can give you valor for that, you know?
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, definitely. 1,000 valor for watching Basky streams. Subbing.
Okay, so on the before we move on from that, Princess, you got Mamga Mugen. Did you just edit that? Oh my god.
I think she did.
Can you not? Almost made me check. So, but before I still want to talk about Valor, but just before I do that, are there any comments you guys have about the idea of achievements before I do?
No,
Well,
love the idea.
you mean adding Valor to achievement?
Yeah. Like, do you have any ideas for ones that you would really like to see, or any comments about that idea in general?
Yeah, but it would have to be like specific tasks. Like I could post 1 mil Hunter XP every time, not 84, 85, 86. It'd have to be task specific that you complete, maybe.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we would have to choose the ones that would assign it, so it could be abused.
Yeah, not like every champion scroll, but like the cape would be a nice way to get Valor for.
Yeah, definitely.
Do we?
1 year member?
Would we
wanna
need
do that?
to? Would we need to give Valor for something that gives Totus points? It seems like we already have a reward system in place for that.
Don't know.
But it'd also be it'd be difficult because a lot of people already have the achievements but wouldn't get Valor for it. People like Smithy and already have everything done.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, we'll have to have a proper think about that and maybe dig out that list that Basky and I spoke about a really long time ago.
God, I might have it
What
somewhere.
Princess just said there, giving away Valor for like length of time in Totus. Is that something we want to do? That seems like a nice idea.
Yeah, I think so.
Because it's like, hey, you've been in Totus 1 year, here's some Valor. The only downside of that being that we would have to go retrospectively go back and find out when everyone joined.
And also, it's kind of giving them Valor for like not doing anything. I'm just saying, like, you look at the Valor high scores, and then you've got all these people that referred all the friends and like made some guides and did really cool stuff, and then somebody's kind of got just as much Valor for them for just like being here for 6 months.
Well, it doesn't have to be like a huge amount. It could just be like a small amount. Just
Yeah,
to
that's true.
recognise
That's
it.
true. Yeah, just a little bit. Get them on the board.
Yeah, that's a good point. We could have people. Well, I don't know. You could have people opt in and then give you a link to say, hey, here's the page in the application where I joined to prove that's the date. But then at the same time, how many people are going to do that? And then it would just be a few people getting Valor.
More work for us checking all that stuff too.
Right. Well, we'll put a pin in that one for now. We'll dig out that list and maybe put that in lounge so we can discuss that a bit more one day.
Yeah, open for discussion.
So, like I say, one more thing to mention about Valor, but moving on from achievements. Currently, when we reintroduce Valor back in and we start rolling out the winners again, because there are more ways to earn it now, I think it's quite harsh the way that people win, because at the moment, if you win, your current Valor goes to 0. So it doesn't really matter so much if you've only got like 10 Valor or something. But if you've got 1,000 current Valor and you've been saving that up for months, then you win once and then that all gets set to 0. And it's like, oh, it's gone. Obviously, you still got your lifetime Valor showing how much you got in total. But it just seems like...
Maybe base the price off the Valor you have.
Yeah, or it could be like, it could either be a percentage or it could be a set amount. So it could say like, for example, say like, if you win, we will subtract either 500 Valor or the amount you have if it's lower than 500. So if you've got 1,000 Valor, you only lose 500. But if you've got 10 Valor, you still lose all that 10. No?
Yeah, maybe you have, how do you say that?
A percentage, but the thing is with a percentage, if you've got 10 Valor, you might lose like 2 or something from making 20%, which almost seems pointless.
You can have save points, like regular games. Like if you die, you get set back to a specific point. So if you have like maybe 250, 500, 750, 1,000.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, I've not heard anyone complaining about it. It was just a random thought I had when I was thinking about all the Valor stuff.
I think it's nice. I think it's like you trade in your Valor for this like nice reward, which a bond and a drawing. You know,
It
I
just
think that's
seems
kind of
unfair
nice.
though sometimes when someone's trading in. You know, we have had people trade in like hundreds of valor to win, and
But
then sometimes we've had
having
someone who's 5 valor who's won.
having more valor is a benefit in itself because it gives you a greater chance of winning. Like that's why it's good to have
That's
more.
true.
Like that's why people go for a lot, is because it increases your chances. And if you don't win, then it just carries on till next week. So it's not wasted, and you kind of keep on going
No.
until you win, and then try again. You know, like
It's fair for everyone this way.
yeah.
Okay, I
That's
mean,
true.
if it's a non-issue, then we can just keep it as it is. It's just
Yeah.
a random thought I had really when we were looking at it.
Well, I agree with Basky to just keep it the way it is. Really, it's the most fair way.
Nice and simple.
Yeah. Cooldown system.
Okay, so moving on from Valor completely now. One thing I would like to do, I don't know if you guys have really noticed, but over the past 3 or 4 days, I've been tweeting a bit more from the Totus Twitter. Because like when I don't tweet out the sort of random things or updates with what we're doing on the spreadsheet, our Twitter is quite bland in that we do the retweets, we do the rank ups, we do the new members, but that's about it. I would like to do more sort of regular tweets, so
More memes.
polls.
More memes, that's what I'm on. Like, do you remember back in the old Skill Sanctuary days where the Skill Sanctuary account was just a meme account? That's the only reason I knew how that clan existed.
I mean, we could do the occasional meme, but if we do a lot of memes, then it stops becoming funny, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's true. We're not really. I mean, I don't know.
Maybe we need to loosen up just a little bit.
Yeah.
The occasional meme.
Yeah, we'll do a meme every now and then.
We'll retweet people's memes.
No, Ark, we need a specific time so people can expect when the meme will come out. Okay?
We'll put it on the calendar. Guys, make sure you tune in on Wednesday when we'll have a meme.
Everyone saves up theirs and posts them the day before. No,
Okay,
I'm down
so
for that, for like undoing the top button on the Twitter account, being a bit more community driven rather than yeah,
just a bit of variety.
don't have to force it, like, but just if someone does something funny, then yeah, let's show everyone.
What do you think of the polls, by the way? Because we used to do that quite regularly, where it's just
Yeah, I like polls.
Yeah, it's like not even has to be clan related. It's just like, how do you like trading thieving? I think my favorite poll was one we had back in the day, where it was, who did you cast the god spell on for the diary, and then it had an option like a friend, a random person, something like that, and then that was quite funny.
Are you wearing socks right now?
Oh god.
Yes.
Yeah, meanest gen poll.
Yes.
I like the meanest gen poll.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I always liked the Hexis year awards. I always like looking at those.
Ooh.
Just they had all sorts of stuff, but like, and we don't need to do them in a year, but just like vote on
Totus awards. That would certainly be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's cool. But
I would
Slacks
like to see
would
that
win
if it was-
everything.
I would love to see that if people are interested in that. But yeah, we could have funny ones and serious ones. You know, steal a few from Hexis, best CC presents, and then get some ones like biggest bully and things like that. Actually, no, that's another.
That's all Slacks, man. I told you.
Yeah, if people are happy, or people want that, then that would be, you know, another thing to increase clan participation. So I would be happy to organise that.
No, you know me. I love giving my opinion on stuff. Like polls are the best.
Boldest Gen Award, thanks, Princess.
Princess would win.
Okay, next thing, we've only got 2 things left on here now, so this didn't take as long as I thought it might, so that's quite good. I thought we were going to be up to like 3 hours or something by the end of this. So the next thing is letting alts talk in the clan chat. Now, it's difficult because it's a difficult way to, it'd be difficult to implement this. It would have to be, if we did that, we would have to assign an alt a friend rank, which means that it takes up a space on our friends list, because I'm not opening the CC to the public. So I don't know how you guys feel about that.
Yeah, I've always been adamant about this, and every time, back in 2013 Hexes, it was not good. Like you could assign friend ranks, but that would take away spaces, and Totus would have to be a member constantly.
I mean, we're at 270 members at the moment, and if we allowed alts in, potentially we might hit that 400 limit really quick.
Yeah, and we'd have to remove alts and contact the person that the alt would be removed from the thing. So
it would mean more work.
And then who do you choose whose alt goes and who stays?
Yeah, exactly.
It's less about CC space, Jumala, it's more about space on the Totus friends list, because I mean, I'm speaking for myself, but I don't want to open it up to everyone. That's not something I want to do, purely because you then have to deal with spam bots, you have to deal with kind of like people coming in and asking inane questions.
And also, we're all European generals right now, so at our midnight there wouldn't be any monitoring the CC. So anything could happen.
Yeah, we won't be opening it to the public, but
I mean, the only way I see this working is if people formally apply to have their alt get a friends rank. That has multiple problems, but basically that would mean that anyone who really wants to talk in Totus but they have their allegiances elsewhere, then they can do that. However, then that does kind of degrade the friends rank as it is now, because if we're just giving out to accounts that don't have the requirements for it, then people who are smileys, then they're going to feel a bit kind of like worthless, because then suddenly they have the same rank as an alt, and the way our clan's set up, like smileys definitely are members.
But I think this isn't a subject that we have to drop until a new clan system, which is probably not coming for another year. But it's not really possible at this time or viable.
Yeah, I think revisiting this for a clan system would definitely be the best course of action. I mean, we are open for it. Morsky, I know you've been very vocal about it. But yeah, it's just, if you want to talk in here, then you're gonna have to join on your mains, or get a diary cape on your alt.
Yeah, exactly.
And Slack's smileys are definitely ranks where they're members, you know. They
are people.
Memes aside, yeah, they are members.
So I can see, that by giving out smiley ranks with the current ranking system, it does devalue it a bit. Okay, we'll have to, like Matt said, we'll have to put that down for now and come back to it when our clan system comes in place. That'd be a lot easier for us to do then, because I think with more ranks and things like that, it's just going to be so much easier for us to talk about something like that, because we've got more options to approach it.
Yeah, and also, like, they can still see what we're saying in the chat. It's not like they cannot join. Like, if they want to join a discussion, they see on their alt in the Totus clan chat, they can always join in their main to talk. Because you can already view what everyone's saying.
Yeah, sorry, Morsky, but I've no sympathy for Footnighters.
Oh, shot. Okay, so the last thing that I have on the agenda, which I've written out on my mobile, is RuneFest. They've announced the date for RuneFest. I would like to go. Basky would like to go. Matto would like to go. So we're gonna go.
Yep.
And I would really like it if people from Totus came as well.
Ozzy's
because I think
coming.
it's such a it's a neutral place where we can go and meet up, and it's not like, oh, we're gonna meet at some shady bar. We're actually going to
We're
an
not.
official event.
Yeah, I'd be down for that too.
We'll do that. We'll do that after RuneFest.
Okay.
But yeah, I think what the issue is with RuneFest is a lot of people don't want to go if they don't know if other people are going. But once we've bought our tickets, we can say, well, we bought our tickets, we are going. So then that might make some other people say, oh well, if they're going and if other people in Totus are going, then I may as well go. So
I can't wait, dude. I'm so hyped already. Even though it's in 5 months, I literally can't wait.
I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm definitely going. I'm gonna buy a ticket regardless. And yeah, I look forward to seeing any of you guys that decide to come. In
terms of like advertising that, do you think once we buy our tickets we should just put a tweet out and maybe an announcement saying we are going, so if you want to go as well, maybe just let us know so we can
plug in the Twitter as well?
I think that might be better to do, or at least from the Gen standpoint, to say like Art Matter and Basky are going to RuneFest before the tickets come out, because like we don't know how fast they're going to sell out. If people only just find out when the tickets go available, they may not have time to. And like I'm not saying that like us three going are gonna completely change everyone's mind, but if that's like a consideration, then.
Well, like the arena's gonna be huge.
Yeah, that's true.
There's gonna be a lot more tickets available, I think.
But like hotels as well, it's kind of that whole thing that need booking. Travel needs booking. I mean, if us three are sure that we want to go, then let's just say that we're going.
I just don't like saying. I've learned my lesson from previous times when, like I've said, I'm going to be releasing a spreadsheet update and then something happens. I always feel like, I want to go, and when the tickets come out, unless something very strange happens, I'll buy one. It's just the fact that I'm sort of pensive in saying that I'm going to go when I've not organised anything yet.
Yeah, I kind of have the same. I don't want anything set, like announced when it's not set in stone. For me.
I know from a personal point of view, if you and Basky weren't going, I would probably just not even be thinking about going at the moment. So I think it's definitely good to talk about it, at least get the word out that it's something that we're thinking about.
Yeah, but just let's just keep it in the Discord for now, I think.
I'm sure near the time we'll start getting group chats going and things like that.
Yeah, there's already 20 people listening right now, so.
Yeah, and Morsky, that's a nice idea. Making a hidden channel, sign RuneFest to people who are going, so we can all talk together.
Congrats, Jamala.
Good.
Just got herbivore.
Congrats, dude. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. That's my agenda fully completed. Is there anything, Basky Matic Princess, that you would like to talk about?
If everyone could raise their hand who thinks ARP is bald, that'd be great.
Oh my god.
See?
Great. Thanks, guys. Yes, Princess has got my back.
Princess is bald too.
So before we end the town hall, then, guys, I hope you really enjoyed the town hall. I know I was a tad nervous thinking about doing a general meeting in front of you guys, but I think it's been really good. It feels good to tell you guys what's going on like straight away, rather than having to filter out what we want to tell you afterwards. So from my point of view, it's been really nice. But is there anything else you guys would like us to discuss before we end?
Yeah, it's been a great turnout. Like, I thought no one would come because like no one was really asking for this. So.
Tomato.
We sort of just said we were going to do it, and then. But yeah, I'm happy with the turnout.
Okay, what is your favorite fruit? Mine is
tomato. Tomato.
Mine's probably banana because it's very versatile. You can kind of just have them lying around, and they're quite nutritious.
Tomato.
Yeah, I'd say do raspberries count,
Tomato.
or is
Oh.
that a berry? They are a fruit. Okay, yeah, raspberries. Then I love a good raspberry.
Tomato.
And then mate said, add more channels to Discord. Do you have a official opinion on that, Art?
What do you want?
We want food. We want cats back, and I don't know. And yeah, mate. I know it's been brought up before about having like an off-topic channel. That's not something I personally want to do, just because we are like a RuneScape clan, and we've never censored people talking about other stuff before. Like, we've never been strict about keeping it RuneScape related.
I'm seeing cats. I'm seeing food, and I see one legs.
Yeah, we are not doing a not safe for work channel.
Yeah, no, never doing that.
It's like, it's weird sending your friends. No, yeah, that's odd.
If you want that, go to Google. Make sure you do incognito.
I mean, my DMs are always open, but yeah, let's not have the channel for it.
Okay, any other questions before we finish? Slacks is typing, so probably not. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to end it here then, guys. Thank you very much for tuning in to this number 1 Totus podcast.
Totus podcast?
Yeah. But in all seriousness, we will be doing a town hall on the first Sunday of every month. So, because basically it's our general meeting, so you know it's not really any different to what we would be doing anyway. So we'll see you again if you want to tune in to next month's one. I don't actually know what the date for that is. Let me just.
God damn it, Basky.
3rd of May. So see you again on the 3rd of May if you want to see what else.
3rd of June.
Oh wait, one more
June,
thing.
yeah.
I've been recording this whole thing, so that'll be up probably on my YouTube channel. I'll let you guys know about it. But this is kind of like podcast content, eh? We've got...
Call it Totus Podcast number 1, brackets, recovered from Arptastic.
No, Morsky, no Totus official YouTube channel. I need more subscribers, so it's going on there.
Nice.
I'm going to be
did you record Princess?
No, no. I was trying to get it working where I could display Discord, and I will get that working for the next one, where I could show the Discord chat. So at the moment it's just people's voices and me doing agility, but next time we'll have a little princess thing, and we'll have you guys all on there.
Can you open 2 Discords though?
Probably not. I could just like skip between the 2. Like whenever Princess said something, I'll just go to Kennel and
Oh yeah.
Yeah, okay.
All right. Okay. Thanks then, guys. Bye.
Thank you guys.
Bye.
Love you all.
Thanks for tuning in.
Bye. Oh, Slushy, you wanted me to say your name. Oh, he's gone. Oh, well.
Hello.